Hey there, welcome everybody. We've got the puzzle loaded up here. Switching over to my view of me. And as usual, I'm going to do a validation and start. Assuming that it validates, we will get going. And it validates. I'm going to give you 20 seconds to see about getting a head start on me. Maybe you can solve this before I get it done. But that might need a little bit of time for transferring information. So I'll give you 20, maybe 30 seconds. We'll see how long. And headphones just told me that one of them needs to be recharged. I think the base is upstairs. Maybe switching. We'll see. In any case, it is now time. So we get a 1 here. One of these two is going to be a 1. One of these two is going to be a 1. I've got 3 possibilities here. 2 possibilities here. All right, how about 2? One of these two is a 2. Down here, I've got 4 possibilities. One of these. Yeah, one of these two is a 2. That means that's going to be a 2. This will be a 2. This is a 2. Over here, these can't be. I've got 3 possibilities here. All right, on to 3s. I get a 3 here. That's the only 3 I've got on the board. Looks like it. So that gives me 4 possibilities here, 4 here, 4 here, 5 here, 4 here, 5 here, 5 here, and 6 here. And on to 4s. So it looks like I get a 4 here, 1 here as well, this one, and that solves the 4s. So 5s, one of these two is a 5. One of these two is a 5. I've got 3 possibilities here. And one of these two is a 5. I've got 2 possibilities here as well. And that should be all squares, other than where I've got 3. All right, so 6s. We've got 2 6s here. Here I've got 3. I've got a given here. 1 here. So one of these two is a 6. And I think that's all I can do. Oh, wait. One of these two is going to be a 6. And then over here, I've got 3 possibilities. And 5 possibilities here. All right, 7s. And it looks like 3 possibilities here, 2 possibilities here. We've got 4 possibilities. Just 2 possibilities here, though, which knocks this down to 2. Over here, I end up with 4 possibilities. 3 up there. And we're kind of open down here. About 8. We've got an 8 here. There's another 8 here. One of these two is going to be an 8. I've got 3 possibilities up there. Over here, I've got 5 possibilities. That 8 plus These two is an 8. Over here, I've got 3 possibilities. This one and these two. 2 possibilities here, too many there. And over here, one of these 3 is going to be an 8. Here I've got 5 possibilities. And 5 possibilities over here. We've got a 9 here. These are blocked. These are blocked. That's a 9. One of these 2 is a 9. I've got 2 possibilities in here. Over here, I've got 3 possibilities. 2 possibilities. And let's see. Down here, I've got 3 possibilities, but that means one of these 2 is a 9. All right. That covers all of those. Let's run through the numbers again. Ones. Okay, one of these 2 is a 1. Which means, 1. Means that can't be a 5. That's a 5. This can't be a 1. That's a 1. One of these 2 is a 1. That makes this a 1. Not a 2, a 1. And that can't be 1 anymore. 2s. There's a 2 here. I've got 3 possibilities for a 2 here, 2 here. Over here, I've got a 2. We've got 2 possibilities here. And that's going to be it for 2s this time around. 1717, that makes this a 3. So this can't be one of these 2 is a 3. One of these 2 is a 3. We've got 3 in one of these 4. One of these 2 is a 3. That means one of these 2 is a 3. With those 2 being a 3, that means this is a 3. This becomes a 9. One of these 2 is going to be a 9. And it looks like one of these 2 is going to be a 3. It can't be that one, so that's the 3. And that means that one of this one is going to be a 3, and that becomes a 5. There are 7s here. One of these 3 is going to be a 6. One of these 3 is going to be an 8. Narrow that down. Oh, wait. This we can say is a 3 now, and that's a clear. We'll get a 1 here. One of these. Nope. 2 here. 3, 4. This one's going to be a 5. So we've got 2 possibilities for 6, and they can both potentially be an 8. Okay. And here we've got a 1 and a 2. 3, 9 here. 8, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. Yep. 8, 6, 8, 6, 1, 7, 1, 7. 1, 2, 1, 2. 5, 6. 8s, 9s. And 3 possibilities for a 7. All right. One of these is going to be a 7, 3 of them. We got 1s, 2s, 3, 4, 5, 6s, 3 possibilities for 7. Everything could potentially be an 8 yet, and I've got 2 possibilities for a 9. One of these 2 is going to be a 9, so down here we've got 3 possibilities for a 9. How about 8? So it looks like I've got 4 possibilities for an 8. 7s. Looks like all 6 of these have the potential of being a 7. How about 6s? We got a 6, a 5, a 4. Now these 2 is a 3. And 3 possibilities for 2. Let's see what we can do with that in a moment. 1, 2. These can't be a 3. That can't be a 3. One of these 2 is a 3. 4. One of these 2 is a 5. 6. 3 possibilities for 7. All 3 of... Nope, these 2 can be an 8. So 7 is going to be one of these 3. Okay, wait, one of these 2 is going to be an 8, so this is not an 8. That turns that into a 7, 9, 8, 7. We get the 8 up here, 6 here, and I got a 9, 3 pair. 5, 3, 5, 6. That can't be a 9, so that's a 3, 9 there. This is a 3 and a 5 here, 6 and a 5 here. All right, now we've got this one locked down to being an 8. So that's not an 8, that's an 8, that's a 9. Nope, 9. That's a 7. And that means I've still got 3 possibilities for 7 here. However, we can now narrow down, nope, not a 2 there, so I've got 3 possibilities for a 2. And 7s are 3 possibilities for a 7. 8 and 2. Let's see, 2 possibilities for a 9. That may be what breaks things open for us. All right, we can no longer have a 6 here, so that's an 8. This is a 6. With a 6 there, one of these 2 is going to be a 6. This is not. So this is a 6. This is not. This is a 6. This is a 7. That makes that a 7, which makes one of these 2 a 7. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That makes this an 8. That makes this an 8. A 2 and a 9. So not a 9 here. That's going to be a 2. This becomes a 9. This is 7. This is 3. That makes this a 1. This is 7. This is a 1. And this is 2. Except that's not the solution, is it? All right. Let's see if I can figure out where... Oh, I got too many 1s here. So one of these is supposed to be a 2. I believe that's the 2. There we go. 14 minutes and 8 seconds. Probably would have been 14 minutes if I'd recognized that was supposed to be 2 earlier. I want to say thanks, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we will talk with you again soon. Bye-bye.